everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video I will show you our Programming Principles 2 project, and I firstly started with the last task that you assigned us, internalization. So I'm starting with this task because this is the first task when you start our project. By the way, you start our project from the main.java. When you start the program, it will ask you the language. For this section, I'm gonna continue with English, and when you confirm, the main page opens. We have a login page, and let's say I'm checking just random. When we try to go our library, we see that we have invalid username and password. This means that we don't have an account. So if we want to create an account, we can just simply sign up. And we implemented some sort of strong passwords. For example, if I want to add something with the same name, because I previously created Afsana, if I want to register, it will say that username already taken. Let's say I put this one, and for the password I'm doing 123. It will not register me because it says that it needs to be at least 4 characters long, which means that we practically applied anything that you asked. Now we can simply go to the login page with the password that I used from the beginning of the project. Okay, go to library, and the library opens. So I would like to first of all show that if we make the screen bigger, you'll see the logout. If it's not, you will not see it. So I think this time I should go back to the code section, starting explaining the code part. So as I mentioned, when you see our main.java, you will see that we start our project with the language UI, language selector, and new language UI, which means that we started our application with the language preference. In this example, we use internalization for the language support, and you will see in this into 2 folders, so language and the login and sign up. So when we first look at the language UI part, you will see that we implemented simple graphical user interface things, and we had this English, Azerbaijani, Russian options. When we scroll down, you will see that if the button is selected, it chooses the language English, Azerbaijani, Russian. And in this code, you will see some sort of system out print comments. This was very, very important, me actually debugging my own issues. I spent so much time to see my problem, but was not even able to solve things with even ChatGPT. But when I implemented this kind of comments, I realized that my biggest problem was in the selected language. So where is the selected language? Selected language is in the messages part, I guess. No, it's not. I guess it's in the selected language. We see here that selected language. And when we go to the down of the code, you will see that we implement selected language, and in the login part we have this piece of code, which means that language we just uppercase the case just to prevent any kind of misunderstanding. This was the crucial part because we also implemented in this part. As I mentioned, we divided into the 2 sections, enum language and enum message, and collecting all the messages in one class is a good practice because I just have one place to see all my messages. When we come here, I just edited this part when I see English, Azerbaijan, Russian. Again, in my code, you will see a lot of like system out print parts because it's a good practice to implement it and see it in the console as you see now. Yeah, girish here because it's implemented Azerbaijani, it's login, and this is it. Lastly, I would like to talk about the login part, about encapsulation. As you mentioned, we needed to apply object-oriented programming rules, and one of them is encapsulation. So we had private variables, and we get them and then we set them. We actually initialize components. So this is, I guess, all about from me. We do have a report, so we actually examine our code snippets, UI snippets, and so the logic comes language UI it directs you to the login part, and then it directs you to sign up, and then it goes to the general database and the general page. So this is it from me. I'm like my peers will continue. Okay, so I forgot to show you the language implementation of the thing. So let's just see in Azerbaijani. Confirm. You will see it. Let's say so it shows the messages in Azerbaijani, so I implement it. Let's say I have so şifre en azı 4 symbol olmalıdır. This is the general implementation of the language. I will not show the Russian part because the Azerbaijani part is enough. And yeah. So I take the place from the Afsana. Hello. And I want to talk about, Afsana talked about the login, sign up pages, and also show the internalization. And I want to show that how this registration, where this happens, and how the checks if the name is equals, have used or not. You gave us the brodsky.csv, and we cannot implement it anything, but we have written the class file copier class file. It's just copy from the brodsky and corrected brodsky because some part we have see one author have two books, and we have to separate it, and some books do not have any author and do not have title, and file copier both copy from this brodsky and also correct this file. How it's implemented, as we see, we have copy.csv file, then he actually first line gives title, also rating and review. I'm just write this CSV file as a corrected version, and we also take the cases if the splitted comma, it means it's the first comma, it means the title unknown, as we see, no rating, no review. Else, if do not have, then actually yes, author known, no rating, no review. It's copied version, and we see take brodsky file, and the corrected version is look like that. Now I'm show you the general database and personal database. Just again. Okay. Select languages. I have account, and this accounts are collected user.csv, as we see. Admin, Lala. Also we have our team members account, Afsan and Ahmad. Then history and my password also seen. And it's my general database and personal database. When I click the general database, as we see, I see the Brodsky file into the table version. And as we see, we have rating, just how many overall rating and how many person give this book's rate. Then I also have C review. When I click the has review, for example, Lala give this book this review, and when I can select the book from my personal database. For example, I select this book, and when I back to my personal database, I see that I saw my book. This is my taken book. I can also return the book. For example, I just click and return book. Let's return all books and only stay the new books that we added now. This. And we can also write start date and end date. For example, I have started this one. If I write start date, its status automatically change ongoing, and if the end date passed now, it will be write finished. For example, see, finished, because the time is May 10th and this end date is the April 6th. That's why it's finished, and it's also calculate the time spent in minutes, because in requirements say calculated minutes. Then I can also add rating until 5. When I click 6, it gave me error because it's rating between 1 and 5. And when I 4, and I also write review. It's two options, write and view. When I write I liked it, that's it. And view means we can see the review. But why I need to add the view button? Because maybe the comments is too long and we can't see it, but when we click view we see whole the review. That's why I put this button. Then it's I taken this book and there is no review. Now we see that review and rating no written, because when we take this book there is no review and no rating in the personal in the general database. And when I back to the general database, as we see that this book calculate automatically, and when I click this I see that Lala gives this books this review. And when I back to home, then we see rating. I can also add a book. I go to and add this book, adding like this. And also user can create their own book. For example, I create math and law, for example, also. It will be unavailable because it's not from the general database, it's the book that we have created. That's why it's not clickable. Only clickable start date, end date, rating, review, and status and time spent automatically change. Click all of them. Rating not found in general database, so it also only take user rating. And add review, for example, right, I do not like this way. And I also can return book. For example, I return this book. When I go and automatically delete my rating because I return the book. How it works? Let's go to, we have user files, user package, and we have implemented. It's the intro for user. What is mean? It's the open page, home page, and it's just side of the front side, the button and button set bound, background and font. There is the general buttons and logout that Afsan have shown to you how seen logout. Then we have images to label the things. There is no any backend implementation. Implementation start general database. As we see, we have created table and how to get data, how to write data to the table. It's the get data method. It's read personal CSV and implement it to the table. Then what I've shown, and yes, and also implemented home page. It's just normally dispose the on frame and open the new frame. And also we see that in the requirements needs inheritance and general database extend personal database, because of when I change something in person, it can also be shown in the general database. That's why general database should be subclasses. And get rating from general database, it's the implementation, how can we get rating. Then we have display user review. When I click the has review, it shows the table, and in the table it shows reviewer and the reviews for this book. And we have exception handling, it's rating calculator methods, and we have some backend jobs in the separate files, like time sort. Time is calculated like that. It's check the validated format. It is the year is must be 4 digits and day must be more than 1, less than 31. And we have also exception already taken. It will be talked in another session. Then we have personal database. In the personal database, firstly, for the personal database, I want to say that if username, we should take the username that we have login and should be created automatically the username CSV. When I login, in persons folder should be open each person's CSV. For example, when I go to lala.csv, it just show me what books Lala taken, and all this shown without the table in the CSV file. And the personal database, that will explain the code of the personal database. That as I implemented the general database, also we have column headers, and in this column headers is bigger because we have start date, end date, user rating, review, and time spent. And we see, as I mentioned before, how the personal database knows this username and this books. If when we login, it takes this username. As we see, it takes the username. We have a method get login in username, and we keep this username. Then we implement, and this automatically open the CSV file. As when we login, automatically open the CSV file. For example, we have registered Ahmed new, and we see that Ahmed.csv file created, but it's nothing here because we didn't add any books. And when we Ahmed login and add books from this, it will be filled in this books and this row. Then it's also basic front-end stuff, that frame, model, size, color, font. And we have home button as usual. We close the frame and open the intro for user, and we see that there is the additional things. New rating calculator. What's mean? It is a static method that I created in the other file. It's calculate the rating, calculate average rating calculator. We see in this, take the process, calculate average rating for all books. Calculate, then read ratings from file. It's for change ratings, update ratings. Calculate average rating and counts for all books. It show us the average rating and how many persons read for this book. Then it's from review part, and also I implemented review part. Both of them automatically find and write in the file, and no need to create other Java files. Then write writings from the file, and I have used the buffer reader and buffer writer because we not always rewrite, we will not always delete and write, we always append the information. That's why we use buffer reader and buffer writer. We have static method to call, no need to create the object, we can call using the class names. And I use map. Why we need map, hash map I have used because title for our project is the key, and using this key we can create which books, which rating is related to which books, and which books have get count of people who gave this rate, and that's why I have used map. Then and also in the requirement required to use map, that's why I have also used map. We have exception handling as we see, then again use map, and it try catch block to catch the exception. Then and it's the write ratings to the file, it's the method to automatically write original file from to the new file. What's that? It's rate writing to the file. What does it mean? When we go to files, we have reviews.csv, yes, and we see that which books, author, username, and review. It shows us the reviews.csv and it's the implemented. Then what we have, this is the message code. When we rate, see, enter the rating, and we check rating between 1 and 2 and set value for this rating and save data. Save data and load data to CSV. What does it mean? It's the abstract class and interfaces that are in the other package. Why I separated? Because all of them files we need save data and load. When we change it, it should be save and reload. That's why I make them abstract and interface and use them only override and personal database implement abstract CSV and just override save data and load data. We can use this method in the personal database. Then we
Everyone, my name is Ahmed, and now I'll talk about my part of this application. It's sorting and admin page, basically. So we'll start from our main.java to show you the functionality in the application itself. I'm starting the code. So yeah, choosing English, Ahmed, and my password. We're going to general database, and now let's see how it works in reality. So let's click on title, and as you can see, firstly we have ascending orders and descending, and then original. The same works with author, as you can see, alphabetically ascending, then descending, and original. Rating absolutely the same, and review too. Now let's go to our personal database. It's nothing is here, so add book. This one, select, add, right, and also let's add this one. Good. All right. As you can see here, the same is working. We still have this sorting method, absolutely working. Same ascending, descending, and then original. Rating 2, everything is working. So now I want to show you the search. It works also good. For example, let's text Homer, and as you can see, the author Homer is coming up. Also, we can actually write something different, for example, QWERTY, and As you can see, the exception is thrown, so no match is found. Let's come back, and the same working in the personal database too. For example, I'm sorry. Yeah, as you can see, I clicked the wrong one, and it throws the exception. And as you can see, as I texted M and A, it shows this title. I already shown you how the exception is thrown. So let's go to the code part. Uh-huh. Sort. Here's it. So basically the idea is that the logic is that we basically divide by 3, and if the first one is the case is first, we have switch, and if we clicked one time, then it's ascending order. If the second one, it's descending, and by default, it's original. And if we click third time, it will just reset the sorting. Is that is so nothing is extremely hard, and also we have basically mouse listener. So yeah. Now let's see how our search bar is working in code. So it's filtered data. It's pretty easy. Just has this exception here and the basic search by the characters. Now I would like to show you our UML diagram according to which we actually did our project, our application. So let's begin with abstract CSV, which had implementation relation with abstract table CSV. Then we also had our sync up. It was one of our biggest ones, biggest classes, and it has association with login, which has association with language GUI. And also we have already taken, which is basically exception for not having the same accounts, let's say. And also then we have messages, which has association with main, and which also have language, which ends up with association with language GUI. We also have here our rating calculator, which has both associations with sort and time. Here we have admin user deletion and book adder. Both of them have association with general admin, and which has aggregation with intro for admin, a file copier, and language GUI. Here we have our filtered data, which has association with general database and which aggregates to personal database. Basically, that's it. It's not that hard. And yeah, also we have bookadder, which has also association with general admin. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day and or evening, and thank you for your time and watching this video. Goodbye.